Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Shovel Knight. In the last episode, we went through the tutorial level of the Plains of Passage and defeated the Black Knight. Now we're going to be checking out the village, which is the first and main hub level in the game. Halt! No weapons. We have enough to worry about lately without everyone swinging swords around. Oh, that's no weapon, just a shovel. You may enter then, and don't forget, press up to talk to everyone. As you can see, there are many NPCs that we can talk to, but only a few will have any sort of importance, like this magnificent fellow. Hey old traveler, I'm but a simple bard, but I have a big problem. I've lost all my music sheets. My entire repertoire lays scattered across the land. If you ever find a music sheet, return to me and I shall reward you handsomely. Wow, you have 2 music sheets. Magnificent, take 500 gold for each. Wonderful. Let's see here. Oh, you found the rival. Black Knight has fine musical taste, should have studied composition, but then I suppose I'd be the one with the rival. Now that I have this music sheet, I can perform it for you at any time. Just ask. Most levels will have, as you remember, 2 music sheets, one of them will be the level theme and the boss theme. There are some exceptions, but the main important thing is that, we can get money for it. This NPC is also important. He is the gastronomer. He will essentially increase our max HP at the cost of a meal ticket. As for getting meal tickets, we'll get some periodically in the game, but one of the primary ways is from this guy, the Gotician. He will sell us meal tickets for rather exorbitant prices. The first one might not be very expensive, but the second one is a bit more so. Thankfully, well, the price is worth it. After all, more health, less problems, so we'll quickly have them make some meals for us. I have to wonder, many meals in video games either restore your health or increase your maximum HP, but throughout everything I've eaten in real life, I'm pretty sure my lifespan has not gotten longer. If anything, it's actually decreased. Anyway, the other NPC here is the Magicist. She will, basically, like the gastronomer, sell us items that will increase our maximum MP. However, for now, because we don't have any relics, magic, which are the items that cost MP, we can't really buy anything right now. Down here, we'll be going to the right and find some more people here. Most notably, this guy, the Tropo Acolyte. He can basically sell us these chalices that serve no purpose right now, but will later, but besides that, we can't buy it. And this guy, Marvelous Chester, will sell us well, basically the guy that sells us the relics throughout the game. Right now, there's the Fishing Rod and the Chaos Sphere. However, because we don't have any money due to spending it all on food, which is basically which is something I can relate to a lot, we can't buy anything. We can, however, check out that secret and get a music sheet. When we go over to the left here, you might notice that this area looks rather suspicious, which is why we simply should just destroy it. But by destroying it, we'll find another NPC in here. I suppose peaceful solitude is too much to ask for. Well, as long as I'm stranded here. Shall we pass the time with a little game? I'll just need 100 gold first. Alright, I'll conjure up some things and you can hit them towards the targets for points. Okay. This minigame is rather simple, and thankfully rather easy to complete. You simply just need to hit these potions into the targets. The blue targets are the easiest, but will give us the least amount of points. Might only give us 1 point. The green targets are a bit harder to hit, but will give us 3 points. And the red targets are the hardest to hit, but will give us 10 points. As you can see, I hit a flashing potion just now, and it conjured up a bunch of other potions. Basically, you pretty much want to go for these if you ever see one, simply so you can get the most amount of points you can possibly get. Another important thing would be not to miss really easy shots. Anyway, this minigame does not last very long, however, thankfully it lasts just long enough for us to get a bunch of points, assuming we don't miss every single thing. However, it's about to end now, but I was about to say that if it lasts any much longer I was just going to cut it, but no, thankfully we should be good here. And we'll just basically finish off this last wave of potions and get something good. You got 192 points. Well, clearly impressed. Anyway, we got a bunch of money and another music sheet for our trouble, so that's $1,000 in our pocket already. However, there's one other music sheet we can get as well as more money. We'll just continue to the right over here, and aside from digging up this innocuous dirt pile that's done nothing wrong to us, we find this later over here. Basically, we can just take advantage of our jump onto her deck and then climb up here in order to get the treasure chest and the music sheet. About climbing up on her deck, I'd tell you guys to be mature and not take that out of context, but unfortunately I too am quite immature. Alright, that's 3 music sheets, making us 1500 gold for us. I'm not going to subject you through more of my voice acting with the Bard, so I'm just going to quickly return the music sheets to him and then just cut back here. Anyway, we're back and with more money than ever, so naturally the best course of action would be to waste it on stuff. The first thing I want to do is buy some relics. We'll just talk to Marvelous Chester over here and buy the fishing rod first. The Chaos Orb is a nice item, but unfortunately the fishing rod is just more important for other things. Anyway, we'll be coming back to the village after nearly every level simply to do things like turn the music sheets or to buy more things, but for now we're done. So I'm just going to cut it here and just exit the level. Anyway, now that we're done with the village, we'll be able to continue on with King Knight, who is basically the owner of Pridemore Keep. He's the most magnificent knight throughout the game, even more than Shovel Knight, no matter what anyone says, but unfortunately we have to destroy him. Anyway, despite the inclination for us to go right, like in every other platformer, we should probably go left first. For me, this is pretty much the easiest way to hide a secret for me, just make it so you have to go a different direction in the start of the level, and I'll just completely miss it. Anyway, you might be wondering why I missed why I decided to take the fishing rod instead of the Chaos Orb in the beginning, despite the fact that the Chaos Orb looks and sounds like a much more threatening weapon. However, with the fishing rod, we can fish at certain points, like this. And we'll find one of two things. One, a goldfish that will give us money, one of the more literal interpretations of that term, or something else that won't become important until we get by one of those travel chalices. Anyway, speaking of the game being sneaky with its secrets, I'm not gonna lie, it took me longer than it should to find that out when I first started playing. I actually missed it the first 2 times. It wasn't until the 3rd playthrough where I tried hitting it and I just happened to find it. Anyway, we almost did not grab that ladder there. That would have been easily one of the more embarrassing ways for me to die in the series. Like, rest assured I'm going to die. I'm not going to claim to be a god in this game, but if I'm going to die, I'd rather it be something understandable, not falling short of missing a ladder. Anyway, we'll just continue on and watch as this horse guy kills himself. Yeah, I know it's called a knight, but we're just going to call it a horse. You'd think that these guys would have a bit more control over their trajectory instead of just running headfirst into a wall. Although, really, you have to be wondering how fast they're actually going for them to immediately die as soon as that happens. Anyway, thankfully you can easily avoid the lava if you're not a complete dumbass, so for now we'll just fish again and just watch that bug over there, rather as it just walks back and forth like your average Goomba. It's always interesting to observe the local wildlife, and then slaughter it mercilessly for money. We'll continue up here and find arguably the most adorable enemy throughout the entire game that unfortunately we are forced to destroy. Granted, we could just avoid it, but it's easier to just kill it. Which is honestly a shame. If there's one enemy that I wish you could spare, would definitely be the rat propeller guys. Like, I don't care how that sounds, they're just adorable. And unfortunately there are more of them right here. So talk good about them, you have to destroy them. Anyway, like with Black Knight, with that wizard up there, we'll be able to reflect his projectiles back at him, but it's easier to just abuse the pogo jump, as always. Anyway, we'll just quickly dig up this other dirt pile, and then break that secret wall over there, and then just head on. Overall, this level is not too scary. It's still the first real level in the game. Well, potentially the first real level of the game. And right now we can destroy this checkpoint like I mentioned in the previous level. While I did it there to prove a point, for the most part I'm not going to be destroying checkpoints throughout the game, simply because as much as I'd like to show off how much of a badass I am at platforming, that I just never die or anything, I think we both know we all know that's completely untrue, and that the moment I start destroying checkpoints, the moment I'm going to make a complete fool of myself and then have to start the level over and over again. Granted, even if I did that, I would just simply cut it out, so you guys wouldn't have to see me repeating the level like that. But overall, by not destroying checkpoints equals less work for me, which is by far the most important thing. We'll just walk under these rather ominous chandeliers and get hit by one because we tried to rush, but you have to wonder how much these chandeliers cost only for them to just be dropped on our heads. Unless, of course, it's fake gold like a certain person's crown, but that's another story. literally. Go through this door in here and then find a rather interesting chest that matches our wonderful armor. And then it will find a potentially familiar face, depending on how much we paid attention earlier. Marvelous Chester is back, and he's going to sell us the first real relic in the game, the Flare Wand. It's not very exciting, but it's cheap and it gets the job done, so in the long run you really can't complain, can you? We'll fit back through this admittedly suspicious door. I have to wonder why King Knight would keep a door that only Shovel Knight or people dressed like him could fit through. I mean, maybe this outfit is actually rather popular, we're not the only ones, but who knows. Bit of an embarrassing story here. It actually took me long in the show the first time I played this game to notice this other ladder. Like, I kept going back to the previous area with Chester and thinking that there must be some kind of passageway here, but nope, turns out I'm just an idiot. And as much as I'd like to abuse the pogo jump on these guys, they're in rather difficult positions, so we're just going to kill them the normal way and find an apple and a silver platter. It's kind of anticlimactic, but I suppose I can't be one to judge. Down there we'll find some more money, but we have to be careful about just destroying these blocks unless we just want to completely cut out all passage up there, but it's kind of a shame. I'm not going to claim I have obsessive compulsive disorder, but to use the colloquial term, I am a slightly OCD when it comes to breaking blocks like this, and that in most games I just have to destroy everything, including walls. But if we want to get more stuff, we just have to, unfortunately, play conservatively. A term that, for the most part, I do not know the meaning of. We'll go back down here, activate another checkpoint, and just watch as another horse kills itself, lowering the population one by one, and then we'll fight the sort of mini-boss of this area. Much like the dragon in the previous area, this guy is a bigger enemy that will take more hits to take down, but unfortunately, because of its head armor, we cannot abuse the pogo jump. Nor can we abuse the safe spot for its fire directly underneath it right there, because it will also try to claw us. However, if you know what you're doing, which I will pretend to do for now, it's not that hard to take down, and even then you will get a chicken for your troubles. Considering what that enemy was, I have to wonder if it actually dropped a chicken or if we're essentially eating it after destroying it, which is rather morbid, but hey, I suppose if you have a large stack of meat and then, you know, don't want it to go to waste. Anyway, we'll quickly use these guys to our advantage to jump up here. Can't believe I pulled that off, and jump here and find another secret. Hopefully with some good stuff. There are two wizards down there, but we'll just let them be for now, and as you can see, those banners are covering up some holes that we can fall into, which is kind of annoying, but overall not too much of a problem. What is a problem is my inability to hit that secret. But, I digress. There's another wall right there hidden by these rather annoying banners, but I think on the top we can actually destroy that wall. So we'll just destroy that wizard after doing completely unnecessary damage. I am really sorry for my performance. Right now, I'm just getting hit by a lot of things, but overall I suppose what really matters is that I can do it in the long run, so I look slightly less stupid. Of course, at least sometimes that can be a rather tall order. As you can see, the secret didn't really have anything super important, like no music sheets or anything, but we did get a good amount of money, so overall, can't complain. We'll go back down here, kill some more rat buddies, and then open up another silver platter, which hopefully won't have an apple. Do you think you're funny? Because I don't. But I digress. We'll just go back down here and get this admittedly slightly difficult to get secret. If it's... See, well, actually, that's not the hard part. To get the hard part is actually, you know, not making a fool of yourself and remembering to jump up here first, but... Remember when I said that for me, being smart can be kind of a tall order? I think you can see why. I don't claim to be perfect, but I can dream. We'll kill off another one of these night guys. Easy as pie once you get used to it. And then take out some more treasure. Overall, things are going rather well for us. We're not making things too difficult for ourselves. I mean, certainly we're making some pretty stupid mistakes, but I suppose that's to be expected. Actually, no, it's not to be expected, but I try to find excuses for any sort of failure I make. In this rather precarious secret, we found another music sheet, which, so laying more money for us. I'd get the rest of the money over there, but I'm not gonna waste your time. Here, right now, though, we have probably the most difficult part of this actual level. We'll have to basically create these platforms by bouncing on these books, but the lava does not make it easy for us, especially since we are on sort of a time limit, so... Anyway, this is the thing I was talking about earlier that will give us stuff as soon as we get a Troupple Chalice, but for now it's kind of useless for us. Basically, it can fill the Troupple Chalice with basically potions, like healing potions, invincibility potions, gold magnet potions, as weird as that sounds. Yeah, I was rather concerned there for a bit, but thankfully we managed to pull that off. Not gonna lie, this is very nerve-wracking area, and we just, once again, barely made a ladder. I hope this is not becoming a theme, but for all I know, it probably will. It's just my luck. Anyway, concerning the suspicious video game generosity right now with giving us a bunch of healing item stuff, well, I'm pretty sure everyone kind of expected this, let's face it. We'll just deal with it like we normally do, just dodge the swipes, stand in the safe spots for the fire, and then just completely murder it and then eat its corpse afterwards. Something I have a lot of experience with after playing games like Fallout and Skyrim for so long. Anyway, with this checkpoint, we'll be fighting King Knight. An interloper is in our midst? Be gone from our throne room, knave. I'm no more intruder than you. You aren't even a real king. Oh, but you're mistaken. The enchantress saw me for my fabulously regal self, and now all bow before me. You're not but a decent dandy. Prepare to taste justice. Shovel justice. Silence! I think I might have broke the mic at the end there, but overall, could be worse. King Knight is a bit more complicated than Black Knight, but overall he doesn't do much besides essentially jump around and then create a shockwave that I was not prepared for. However, that does not mean that he doesn't have a few tricks up his sleeve. Even now with my repeated playthroughs, I'm still bad enough to get hit by the most basic of things. Although I suppose it does not help that overall I tried to rush through the easier boss and just get hit by every single thing ever. Frankly though, especially if you decide to spam your sub-weapons like the Flare Wand, he is not much of a threat overall. You really just need to watch his movements, and get hit by all of these things, and then just deliver the final blow on him. Sadly, we cannot steal the crown for money purposes, but I suppose in a different playthrough that will be done. Anyway, with that, we have beaten Primordial Keep and King Knight, and now we will basically, as always, sit here and hopefully have good dreams. Once again, we wake up, collect our usual payout for preventing forest fires, and then go back to the map we go. I hope you enjoyed the second episode of the series. We will continue later by destroying this guy right here, and then turning on our music sheets. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you later.